Liverpool are in crisis. They had a terrible season, lost some key players, and need a rebuild to get them back to winning the Premier League. So I've been drafted into the Liverpool team to get them back on top. After seeing Man City lift the treble, the Liverpool board want a treble of their own. So my only challenge is to do just that. But how do we actually do that? Liverpool's starting lineup is solid, but we have a lack of quality in our backup options. So a good starting point would be to sign better backups who could push for starting spots. My priority was centre-back, and the scouts have told me Josko Gvardiol is one for the future, so we started negotiations. Our opening bid was 48 million, but RB Leipzig wanted 58 million. I was happy to meet in the middle at 53, but in the end we had to settle on 55.5 million. The contract was way easier to organise as Josko agreed to £60,000 per week to become our first signing. We now needed to add some depth in the defensive midfield. I wanted someone young and who knows the Premier League well. So I went for an underrated option in Boubacar Kamara from Aston Villa. Physically, he isn't all there yet, but offers some great mentals and defensive technicals. Villa wanted 19.5 million and Harvey Elliott, but he's a wonder kid that we're going to need to keep. So we counted with 36 million and got the Frenchman signed up to the club, agreeing on £57,000 per week in wages. And so with improvements made to the team, we had one final dilemma. The press want to know, who is our starting striker, Darwin Núñez or Cody Gakpo? The truth is, I don't know, they both deserve to start. So I'm going to give them both chances at the start of the season. Whoever scores more goals will go on to be our starting number 9. Núñez got the initial nod and scored on an opening day win against Aston Villa. Gakpo got the second game and assisted Thiago for our opening goal against Brentford before going on to score 2 of his own. Advantage Cody Gakpo. The two continued to trade blows as they both got on the score sheets until disaster struck. Gakpo got injured, meaning that Núñez was going to be our starting striker for the foreseeable future. However, the Uruguayan wasn't scoring as many goals as I wanted, and we were suffering in the league as we fell to 5th place. We need to be in the top 4 to get Champions League football next season to have a chance of fulfilling the board's request of winning the treble. Luckily for us, Cody Gakpo was back fit just in time for our Merseyside derby against Everton. Could he push us back into the top 4? The game started with Gakpo scoring an early goal to give us the lead. The referee then played a nice advantage to allow Gakpo to get back on the ball, cut it back to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who unleashed a pile driver into the top corner. Kamara won the ball in the midfield and eventually found the ball through to Gakpo, who doubled his tally with another goal. At the start of the second half, Gakpo went on a mazy run to end up scoring his 3rd goal of the game and get his hat-trick, before getting his 4th later on his comeback to the team. It was incredible. 4 shots, 4 goals for Gakpo. Now he's back from injury, and with performances like that, he has to start for us, right? Especially when defensively we were solid. Alisson had conceded just 13 goals in 18 games. If we could just score more goals, we would easily be in the top 4. So that's what Gakpo kept doing, and the goals eventually turned into a top 4 place. We just had to stay there. Oh my word. Oh, we've just done it. We've literally done it on goal difference. I mean, at least we've got the Champions League next season, but oh my word, it was tight. It turned out we'd had a very good run in the FA Cup, and we'd reached the final where we could lift our first trophy by beating Arsenal. Salah finding some room down this near side of the pitch to anyone in the middle. Cross comes in. It's Diaz. Diving header off the post. No. Again, we're finding some space down this near side. Szoboszlai keeps it in for Salah's shot. Blocked. Oh, and then they just got it away. We're all over Arsenal here. That is poor from Ramsdale, and it's won in the air by us, brought down by Gakpo. Finds McAllister. Oh, now Fabio Vieira's through. Oh, it's a great save by Alisson. If that had gone in, that was completely against the run of play. Oh, we're on the break, and Salah's got past Zinchenko again. He's bearing down on the penalty area. There's players arriving with him. He's going to go across. It's in. Come on, Gakpo. Szoboszlai then, surveying options, goes out to his left to Diaz. Diaz with time and space to put a cross in the middle to the far post where Salah's waiting. It's in! Mohamed Salah makes it 2. Halftime whistle goes, we've got a huge second half coming up. A third goal here would absolutely seal it for us as Kamara gets the goal. You love to see it. It's cleared off the line, but it already went over the line. It's 3-0. Surely we're lifting the FA Cup. Goal line technology there, proving that it did cross the line. Odegaard couldn't do much about that one. Oh my word, 80 minutes on the clock and Salah is using his pace. He's absolutely through. He has got Gakpo in support. Finds Gakpo. It's an easy finish. It's 4-0. And that's full time. We've done it. So we'd lifted 1 trophy this season, but to complete the challenge, we'd have to do it again next season and win 2 more. But apparently the board think I've done a terrible job only winning the FA Cup. So terrible, in fact, they only gave us 126 million to spend. I wonder how much we'd get if we had a good season. As much as I like Szoboszlai and McAllister, I don't think they're the duo to win us the treble. We had to go all in on a world-class centre mid, so I spent big. Welcome to Nicola Barella from Inter Milan for an eye-watering £92.5 million, which wipes out a majority of our budget. So we're going to have to sell some players. Matip was the first to go for 15 million to PSG, followed by Curtis Jones to Aston Villa for 25 million and Kostas Tsimikas for 13.7 million to Real Sociedad. They were pretty easy to let go of. Harder was Joe Gomez and Alexis McAllister for a combined £73 million. Although I liked both of them, money does talk. To replace McAllister, we spent 50 million on Sergej Milinkovic-Savic to partner up with Barella, which worked beautifully. Barella scored on his debut to win us the Charity Shield before scoring in each of our first 4 Premier League games to be our highest scorer after 5 matches, with Milinkovic-Savic as our top assister. Talk about impact signings. So with the Premier League off to a winning start, we were handed a very tough Champions League group with a really big game up first. Robertson put a corner into the middle, and somehow we won a penalty from it. It wasn't very clear why, but replay seemed to suggest that Bremer body-checked Luis Diaz, which was enough for the referee to give us the penalty. Salah stepped up, but Szczesny made the save, keeping it at 0-0. However, Salah got his goal later on in the game, opening up the scoring. Before scoring another one later on to double our lead, which was a good job because Juventus came back late on, with a goal of their own towards the end of the match. Luckily, it was their only goal and we won 2-1. For the most part, we kept winning in the Champions League and ended up top of our group. This looks so good for the treble. We were also still top of the Premier League, which looked even better for the treble, and we'd just been given an easy draw in the FA Cup. What? No! Oh no! We had a full-strength team there as well. If we end up winning the Prem and the Champions League now, I'll be so annoyed. Well, I mean, I'll be happy that we won the Prem and the Champions League, but so annoyed that we lost to Charlton in the FA Cup. And we also lost to Bayern Munich in the first leg of the round of 16. But we can always rely on the Liverpool fans to lift us up on European nights, as Gakpo opened up the scoring, Milinkovic-Savic gave us the lead in the tie, and then Diaz rounded off the victory to send us through to the quarter-finals, which were a little bit easier as we won both legs against Man City. But before we could take on Atletico Madrid in the semi-finals, we had the chance to win the Premier League with 3 games to go against Nottingham Forest. So we'll build out from Alisson at the back as he just about gets that one to Virgil van Dijk. It's now Trent who can bring the ball forward into the Forest half, gets past his man, cuts it inside to Kamara. Kamara brings the ball through into Milinkovic-Savic. Milinkovic-Savic with the shot, it's saved. All right, Trent fairly deep then, finds the ball forward towards Cody Gakpo, who puts that lovely ball through to Salah, who opens his body up, takes the shot and puts it in the back of the net. 1-0 up, we're on our way to winning the Premier League. Oh, Dembele's been put through, and Alisson comes out beautifully there. Forrest with a little bit of a warning shot there at the end of the half. We just need to hold on, but I'm also very aware that we've got Champions League semi-finals coming after this, so we'll bring Darwin Núñez on. Milinkovic-Savic finds a ball through to Núñez. He gets his first touch of the game, takes a shot, and it's saved by the keeper. Nunez again on the ball. He's not a player that I've rated much this season. I feel like I could sell him over summer as he just gets bodied off the ball there far too easily. Although he's still got time to prove me wrong, and he just doesn't. 90th minute then, we just have to hold on to the ball. And that's that. We've done it. We've won the Premier League. But despite winning the league and still on track to maybe win the Champions League, the board still weren't happy. Clearly anything but the treble is worthless. But a place in the Champions League final was there for the taking, as we drew 2-2 in the first leg of the semi-final against Atletico Madrid. Come on, 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 come on! We've made the final, you love to see it! And we'd be taking on Barcelona. I'll be honest, I don't think this Barcelona team looks all that great. I reckon we've got the better of them with our team here. There's only one way to find out if we do though, and that's to beat Barcelona in the biggest game in club football. Right, let's try and get a goal early doors here, shall we? As Salah and Trent combine down the right-hand side. Trent has passed his man down the line, looks to put a ball in the middle, but again, it's just too close to the keeper. Barca working hard down this near side of the pitch. They get the ball into Lewandowski. Shot comes in. Oh, maybe I wasn't giving them enough credit. Short corner taken to Ferran Torres. Ball in the middle is cleared by Josko, only as far as Salah, who can get past his man. And now Salah puts on the afterburners. Mohamed Salah bearing down on the area, places a shot, and it's saved by ter Stegen. Robertson's corner, Josko's there, can't win it. It falls to Barella again, who goes for another effort. Off the crossbar this time. Barca are looking really good right now. We just can't seem to get close to them as Gavi is in the area. Shoots, saved. Half-time 0-0. This has been a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Rafinha with the ball down this near side, but Josko is there. What a strong defensive pillar. He's been all season, more so maybe than Virgil van Dijk, who gives the ball away to Lewandowski. And now Rafinha's in again. Another Gvardiol block. He is just too good at this stage. Let's bring some energy on in the attack. I'm going to bring Nunez on. I'm going to bring Jota on. I'm going to do both of that. And maybe actually Szoboszlai too. I think Barella's been a fairly anonymous part today. Barca just passing it around, but Trent with a really good interception there. And we've got numbers in attack as Salah finds the ball through to Darwin Nunez, who's got the pace on the defender. Nunez shoots, scores the goal, which might win us the Champions League. Corner in, header, wide. And that's it, we've won it! We've actually won it! Who would have thought the reason we've not won the treble this season is Charlton Athletic? And although Cody Gakpo hit 21 goals this season, he was nowhere near the heights of Mohamed Salah. And despite scoring the winning goal in the Champions League final, Darwin Nunez had a rubbish season. So heading into season 3, to win the FA Cup as well as the Premier League and the Champions League again, we're going to have to sign a world-class striker. The board gave us 145 million, but this won't be enough for the striker I'm after. So we're going to have to sell Darwin Nunez. It took some time, but eventually Roma came in with a bid for Nunez, 103.2 million. But I wanted more. I asked Roma for 120, but they came back down to 103.2 and 6% of any future fee. We are going to need every single penny we can get, so I negotiated for a flat £110 million, which Roma accepted. So we said goodbye to the Uruguayan and sent him packing off to Italy. The board gave us a majority of his transfer fee to spend, giving us a grand total of 243 million, which might just be enough to bring in the player that I want. Kylian Mbappe. I went in with a £225 million deal, which PSG instantly accepted. We had our new striker, and I was certain that Kylian Mbappe was the missing piece we needed to win the treble. However, we could do with a few better backups. So when Chelsea came knocking for Jota, giving us 66.6 million, we accepted. Firstly, I put a bid in for Gianluca Mancini, but Arsenal wanted a swap for Fabio Carvalho and £7 million, which I agreed to, as it left us enough money for Christian Pulisic to play backup on either wing. Our starting 11 was now insanely good, and the bench options meant we were ready for any scenario. The season started with a win over Man City in the Charity Shield, before we beat Man United on penalties in the UEFA Super Cup. But those two games took it out of us ahead of our opening day game against Chelsea. Luckily, we had made some signings. Mancini and Pulisic were set to make their Liverpool debuts, with a tired Mbappe and Salah left on the bench. Pulisic started the game brightly, with a decent chance early on, but it was Chelsea who ended up scoring first, and moments later got a second thanks to a powerful Tammy Abraham strike. We had to score before half-time, and luckily Cody Gakpo had a chance to half a deficit, which he took. This gave us plenty of motivation for the start of the second half, which we capitalised on for Barella to score, only for it to be ruled offside. If we wanted to win, we'd have to bring on the summer signing Mbappe. Trent's ball connected with Mbappe, whose header was saved, but Kamara kept it alive for SMS to score the equaliser, which is how the game ended, a tough 2-2 draw. Mbappe wouldn't need to wait much longer for his first Premier League goals though. Despite a couple of early missed chances against Southampton, he finally scored his first goal in the league, closely followed by his second, which was a worldie. If he just keeps scoring, the treble is surely ours. This season our Champions League group was way easier. We should be winning every single game. Diaz and Salah helped us to a win over Wolfsburg, and Mbappe got his first Champions League goal against Shakhtar. Fiorentina though scored an 89th minute equaliser to stop our perfect run, and then they also happened to beat us in the other game. But we still managed to top the group to progress. However, at the halfway stage of the season, we were 3 points behind league leaders Man City. But before we could do anything about that, the toughest game of the season was upon us. Derby County in the FA Cup third round. We didn't want a repeat of Charlton from last season, but early misses meant we were very nervy. And then in the 82nd minute, Derby scored a goal. But luckily we had already scored 4 of our own before that point, meaning that there was no banana skin in this season's FA Cup. For now. We were way more at home against Premier League Newcastle United in the next round. But the following game was a different cup final, because we'd reached the League Cup final. It's not part of the treble, but it would be nice to win. But you don't always win, as Chelsea lifted the trophy. Luckily, we got past Watford in the FA Cup 5th round and Sunderland in the 6th round, before we squeezed past Lyon in the Champions League. Our next 2 games are against Man City and Chelsea, and if we win them both, we have a chance to go top of the table with 9 games to go. Barella finds Trent out wide, who cuts inside past his man beautifully, finds the ball back to Barella, it's through to SMS, through to Mbappe, Mbappe shoots, Mbappe scored! Come on! Oh no, Haaland's... Okay, well that lasted long, didn't it? Let's try getting down this left-hand side. This time, Diaz does get past his man and has got the pace on the defenders in the area. Diaz, right-footed curling effort, immediately we're 2-1 up. Oh, Mbappe's through. That was a huge challenge from Josko Gvardiol. And now Mbappe's got the pace on the defenders here in the area. Left-footed, hammers it. Ederson, the decent save. Haaland, edge of the area, great challenge, Virgil van Dijk, but only as far as Mahrez, as Walker-Peters now gives it into Lucas Paqueta, who is able to shoot, but Alisson makes a decent save. Short corner here as Foden can't get past Barella, and now Barella on a counter-attack has got players in front of him in Salah. He's put Salah through. If we can make it 3 here right at the end of the half, that would be perfect. Mohamed Salah. Oh, he's let us down. Virgil van Dijk finds Trent, who can get past his man, find a pass through into Barella, who finds Mbappe in the area, takes his shot, it's a 3rd goal. This surely is ours won now. Man City, edge of the area, Haaland shoots, it's... wow. That's how good Erling Haaland is. It's been played out to the edge of the area where Haaland takes his shot, and we can't really deal with it properly. Haaland again shoots. Great save, Alisson. We've got 90 minutes on the clock though. Right, SMS has got the ball. Just hold on to it here. What? That's not holding on to it, lads. As we lose possession, but we do win the game. 3 points is coming back to us. And that puts us level on points with Chelsea, who are unbeaten this season. If we can beat them, we'll go top of the table by 3 points. Oh, Barella with a nice challenge there, finds a ball through to Mbappe, who's in the middle, gets between the 2 defenders, beats them, but too much pace on it. Although Barella in the background, oh, how's he not scored? Mbappe, ball over the top towards Salah, who's actually won it, shoots. This time it's in. This time we take the lead. Right, Virgil van Dijk. looks to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's got Cucurella in front of him, but he passes the ball on towards Mohamed Salah, who's got the pace. Can he find Luis Diaz, far post? Diaz there. Oh, it's a beautiful goal. Chelsea are just unrelenting, though, as we stop their attack. And if we can quickly build whilst they're making numbers forwards, we could get a third here to put the game beyond all doubt. Mbappe! Mbappe! Oh, Tammy Abraham's just been put through. Virgil van Dijk closing down, although it's put across to Sterling. It's too easy for them, actually. 90th minute now. Now we just keep the ball. Now we just make sure we don't do anything silly. And we will be top of the Premier League table. Alisson hoofs it clear. That's that. We've won the game. We are top of the league. Absolutely beautiful. We just need to hold on now. Next up was Inter Milan in the Champions League quarterfinals, which we went on to win 4-1. And we also kept winning in the league, only dropping points to Wolves before we earned a place in the FA Cup final by beating Arsenal. We are so close to the treble now. Only Real Madrid could derail us, and they battered us 3-1 in the semi-final first leg. We were going to need every person in the Anfield crowd to roar us on to win by 3 goals. The first half was a cagey affair, the best chance coming to Real Madrid towards the end of the half. But we were the first ones who scored, as Mbappe's shot was too hot to handle and Courtois let it roll into the back of the net. At the start of the second half, Luis Diaz had an incredible chance to score, but he couldn't find the net, and I was starting to lose hope. Until the dying moment when Mbappe made his £225 million transfer deal worth it, as he scored the goal to take us to extra time. At this point, Salah was exhausted, so we took him off for Cody Gakpo, and his energy alone created a chance, which was saved. But luckily, he had another chance moments later, forged from the exact same place on the pitch. However, he put it over the bar. Time was ticking away in extra time, and if we didn't score now, we'd have to go to penalties. Mbappe drove towards the centre of the pitch, and he found Barella, who took a shot and scored the goal we needed. We'd done it! We turned the game around and we were going to the Champions League final. And that was exactly what we needed to keep us going in the league, as we beat Brighton 3-1 and Crystal Palace, both away from home. And this gave us a chance to win the first trophy we needed as part of the treble. Win the game and we will have enough of a points gap between Man City to go on to win the title. Following a great clearance from a Leicester corner, Mbappe was through on goal, bearing down, but had Salah in support, who he sweated it to open up the scoring. Before early in the second half, Mohamed Salah returned the favour for Mbappe to make it 2, which was enough to win the game and the Premier League title. We'd won trophy number 1 out of 3 needed for the treble this season, and the FA Cup final was coming up next. FA Cup final, and Chelsea look very tired. We have to use this to our advantage. Oh, Chelsea have found a way through early doors here. Van Dijk covering Sterling. Doesn't get the slide challenge in. Kai Havertz, shot. Robertson out wide. Finds a cross towards Salah, whose volley is blocked. His second shot is blocked. Oh, that's half time. We've just not done enough. We've not been good enough. If we want to win the treble, we have to be better than this. Great deception from Kamara, and Kamara can find a ball through to Mbappe, who's beaten his men, and Mbappe's shot hits the crossbar. Trent finds Kamara, finds SMS. We just need a man running through, and that man might be Kylian Mbappe in the area. Kylian finds the back of the net. We're back on level terms. 10 minutes to score a goal or we are going to extra time. Robertson, great interception. Finds the ball to Barella. Trent to his right. Mbappe to SMS. SMS in the area. Takes the shot. Saved by Diogo Costa, and that is extra time coming. 3.7 expected goals. Oh, I want to be sick. Barella finding his way down the right-hand side of the pitch and is unchallenged completely. Pass to Salah. Salah's shot is blocked though. Half time and extra time. We've got to bring some fresh legs on the pitch here. I think Gakpo comes on. We bring Pulisic on. We bring Szoboszlai on. Is this too little too late? Well, here is fresh legs Szoboszlai, who finds fresh legs Pulisic. Pulisic against his former club. Drives into the penalty area. Takes the shot. And Pulisic might have won it for us. Barella, who finds Mbappe. Mbappe unleashes one. And that's 3. That has to be it. Referee, come on now. Blow the whistle. Call full time here. We've won the FA Cup. And we are on our way to the treble. One more trophy is all we need. Everything we'd worked for had come down to this very moment. And a chance to give ourselves immortality in the history books. The setting was the Berlin Olympic Stadium. A fitting venue for a final where we could win the treble. Juventus to kick off then. Let's see what these guys have got up their sleeves. The opening minutes of this game has not been good for us. It's been all Juventus so far as they just pass the ball across their attacking line and they just find pockets of space. But it's a good block there from Josko Gvardiol, and Mbappe can now unleash Mohamed Salah, who's got the pace to beat his man. Salah's shot saved comfortably. Gonzalo Ramos finds a ball in the middle. It's off the post. Oh my word, that's an early let-off here. Barella finds the ball through to Mbappe, who has got the pace to beat his man in the area now. Shoots off the crossbar. Gonzalo Ramos has got a lot of space now on this near side of the pitch, and it's a penalty? Oh, that is so unfortunate. Gvardiol sliding challenge. I guess he does miss the ball completely there. Vlahovic versus Alisson. Alisson, oh, goes the right way, but Vlahovic just holds his run slightly. And Juventus take the lead here at the end of the first half. Mbappe is in the area all on his own here. Barella, go on lads. Oh my word, that's absolutely insane. And out of nowhere, we've equalised to make it 1-1 at half-time. Right, Trent finds a ball through to Salah, who just keeps it in play and gets past his man beautifully. And his next man. And finds a ball through to Mbappe. Mbappe, oh my word, gives us the lead. We've just scored 2 goals either side of half-time. Juventus are just overloading us now around the penalty area. And oh my word, we've got to come back all over again. Robertson's throw inside to SMS. Finds a ball to Mbappe, who finds a through ball to Barella, who finds another ball through to Mohamed Salah, whose shot is put over the bar by Szczesny. I think it's a great save. It's the 92nd minute. Juventus have a corner. We just have to deal with this, and then we're going to extra time. Unless Salah's brought down unfairly there. But the referee calls full time. Well, extra time it is then as Trent wins the ball. Oh my word, finds Salah, finds Luis Diaz, finds SMS, who's in the area. SMS! Oh my word, has opened up the scoring moment into extra time. We've got 25 minutes to hold on now. 25 minutes, that's all we need to do. Right, Barella, just hold on to the ball or find Mbappe. Mbappe, put it beyond all doubt. He can. He's done it. That beautiful man is worth every single penny we paid for him. 9 minutes and then we'll have won the treble. As Diaz gets into the area. Just shoot, I don't know, I don't care what you do. Penalty? Oh, just blow for full time, please, ref. Just please do not do anything stupid now, Liverpool. Trent, right, just hoof it. He doesn't need to hoof it. We've done it. Oh, we've actually done it. We've rebuilt Liverpool. And we've won the treble. We've done everything we were asked of, and we are immortal. If you want to see me rebuild Chelsea in Football Manager, that video is on screen for you right now.